Hi, this is Latin. Hope everyone is staying safe, and we're back with Software Inc.'s Play and Learn series on impossible difficulty. We're doing the 2021 challenge. We have a lot to cover today, so let's get started. And we're back. And we're going to start in the front of the building. And the first thing you're going to notice, the parking has been removed. And I just have a few parking spots set up in the front. If you click on one, right click, select adjacent parking spots. Right click, select people. It'll show you what people these have been assigned to guests. So these will be our guest parking, and we don't have any guests. There's no cars here. But if you select here, select adjacent cars, select people parked here, you'll see everyone that's parked here within the building. You could actually go in and check, and that's also a great way to assign. Select everything you want to assign, and you could assign it to anyone, employees, staff, guests, deliveries, and cooks. We don't have deliveries, so we have assigned 3 spots to cooks and 4 spots to guests here, and the other 3 I believe is still empty and or assigned to staff. There's no way to tell. That's the only fault in this. There is no way to tell who's assigned to it once it is assigned, unless you do the select all and then go chase them down, and then you'll know who's assigned there. There's quite a few people up there that are selected, so that means they're carpooling, which is great. So what did we do in reference to parking? Let's pull out here a little. Parking is in the back, where it should be. And in building, the first thing you're going to notice, you will have adjustments. These 1, 2, 3, all the way in the back were all, well, these 2 were parking. This one wasn't. This one right here with all the trees, that was not a parking. But these other 2 were parkings. I created a parking spot here, so I got rid of those 2 parkings. So we'll see how those fill in, or if we want to fill in. We own those 2. But we could just as easy go in and sell them. I think if you sell them, they may develop them. I don't know. I've never seen any blood be developed. I've never paid that much attention to it. So what are we going to do in this episode? We're going to be pushing it to PM only in this video. So a lot of jumping forward, always keeping in mind our goal of outstanding and or great releases. Let's look at our year. We're in June 2000. We got 4.9 mil liquid, 212 mil in the bank, 66 million in stocks, 4 mil 399 in plot, for a total of 287 mil.3. And our goal is 2 billion. We got a ways to go, but once we start getting everything into project management, it'll go a whole lot faster. The goal is to have at least 2 projects going in project management at a time. 1 in design, 1 in development. So Sim Sports is achieving that. They're releasing in 2003. Wins Pro, we need to add phone and console to here, and we will do that. Maybe not in this episode, but we will do that. That is the plan, to have at least 2 in there. And I may rethink of having another OS for hardware. I'm still thinking that over. 3D, 2D, pixel art 2D is in iteration 2 here. So that will be added to here as soon as that gets ready for release. And the sequel will be added to project management. Every sequel will be added to project management and or new. RTS, FTS, Delta Force, RTS, Maze. We've added Delta Force, so Maze will be added next as soon as it releases. That's the sequel. Antivirus, we don't have any antivirus. We will be putting one in here soon. We have a new project which is complete. I would say this is complete. So whatever we assign to this is going to get started right away. Remember, assign these to the PM with 3 stars in automation 2 or 3 months before you want to assign the design. That gives them 2 or 3 months before, especially if they have other tasks. If this is the only task they have, they should be able to get it done in 2 to 3 months. It may take them a little longer if they have other tasks, especially if you look at the tasks here. Like dev games right now has nothing to do. 3D development has nothing to do. So we got to get all these guys doing something. Design AV has nothing to do. And development audio has nothing to do. And dev audio, we was audio design working on audio. So once they're ready to go into development, we will put this team together. And I don't assign colors to a team until I put the team together. That pushes them to the bottom once we sort by color. It's a good tip to know. Create the teams, don't assign a color. You sort by colors, they go to the bottom or to the top, depending on how you sort. So that's it. So let's go push forward. We're going to get Wins Mobile into development, NFL into development today. We're going to see where we are with Xcube, Maze, Clean Code. And as you can see, we have research and we have a patent for System 1998. Research and Network 2000, Hardware 2000, and 3D 2000. Those are all being researched. Let's push these in order of their priority. And this thing is going out in August. It's got 44 bugs. Who's assigned to this? Let's go look. CEO team, dev team, and the 2 port teams. And the 2 port teams, oh, they still have 7 employees. Okay, yeah. We did take employees from here to put together our dev team, our new dev team. Okay, to put together a new dev team, which is the one that is working on Clean Code. So 44 bugs, June, July, August, we got 2 months. Let's hit the print. So it looks like you hit the print, there's nothing printing. Clean Code has printed, they got 75,000. Maze has printed, they got 100,000. We got a print job going. Let's look at deals, make sure there's nothing there. I will check your deals. And I'm hoping to start, we're in 2000. This is when you start seeing hosting deals come in. So we should see that spike up. By 2005, we should have a considerable amount of hosting deal. We'll keep an eye on that. Okay, so first order of business, Clean Code. Let's get it out the door. Let's start moving forward. Get it up close and personal. Do we have one more? Yes, we have one more. Turn on the window. And somebody's falling asleep in here. Oh. Fan base. I just hit this by mistake. Fans, 3 million fans. And if you could see our market recognition, sports game is the big market recognition. Thunder Cars has been amazing. First person shooter has been amazing. Those 2 have taken over. And I know this because I keep getting these does not beat demand. Right now we got one for Martians, but that's because of the iterations. So 126 million. And 187 million for Thunder Cars and Delta Force. Like I said before, beating out Saving Grace Wins OS. Okay, we're going to slow that down a little and we're going to start looking at who doesn't have anything to do. Design AV. Okay, so Design AV for in the group task 0. So what we've done to get them something to do was to start an Office software desk suite. They've been assigned to it. So 0 out of 4 designers. So as soon as they should assign this to this any minute now. I mean, it's ready to go. So there you go. They should have assigned. So they should have. Design AV has 1. Dev Audio has 0 and 0 people. They're the only one. If you look here, they're the only one with no HR. So HR has been covered. All our teams have been covered with HR. All our teams have been scaled down to match what they're developing. 3D was up to 9 people. And the way we do that, CEO, we're basically doing importing. We have them as a secondary and a few PMs, so they have tasks to do. We're using them for training and anybody who's excess. And what I mean in excess is 5 out of 5, 6 out of 6, 3 out of 3. Artists I'm not concerned about. But all these, the way 6 out of 6, 1 out of 10 programmers. So I don't know what's going on there. Oh, Audio Fox. We don't have a dev team. We don't have an audio dev. Audio, we don't have a team yet. I don't know why it has 1. There may be a designer who's also programming there. Xcube, 9 out of 9. Artist, 3 out of 1. Artist, I'm not concerned about. Artist either looks good or doesn't look good. You can't screw up the code there. This is Clean Code 27. Oh, okay, that's basically debugging. Gone through all these. Everybody should be, this is 8 out of 7. 1 over, I'm not concerned about. Even though I may rethink that later, 5 out of 4 designers, I have to go through those and look at those. For perfect outstanding, you have to have these PMs with a proven team and the required or suggested teams count. It was 16 mil, we were 4 mil when we started. Wins Mobile, I'm going to let it go just a little bit more. NFL also. Then we're going to promote those. Then we're going to go review all of these PMs to make sure they have the right count, because that's important. And we're also going to look at marketing right now as soon as it hits 10 o'clock to make sure we're still making a profit. If not, we're closing them out. And 10:20, close enough. Okay, we're spending 13 to make 275,000. Spending 15 to make 11 mil. Delta Force is still making a lot of money. Push that up to the top. Push this up to the top too. Okay, marketing Thundercards. Thundercards is starting to lose money. Spending 14 and losing 14. So, I'm going to spend 2 on that and see if that helps it any. There is porting still going on, so I don't want to cancel marketing. This is spending 13 to make 275. Spending 12 to make 381. Spending 14 to make 639. Marketing XQ. Spending 5 and losing 5. That's not gonna work. X cube is bye-bye. Spending 12 to make 17. City builder. How about we spend 2 to make 12 maybe? In space, we're spending 2 and losing 2, so this is another N. Let's go quickly look at our printing. Some of these printings, I've taken them down to 1, and that's because I keep dropping the price on these with the hopes of selling out. This is margins is going down considerably. Space, not yet. These I'm keeping them low. So if it says 11 here, even though margins is still selling, but let's make it 8,000. This is 20 for 20's Wins OS. Make it 15,000. I'll look at that again at the end of the year. Thundercards 25 for 31. So once these numbers start getting ahead of these, take that down to 15. Delta Force 50 for 71. That's going to start slowing down soon. So I'm going to go 30. And I'll visit that one again at the end of the year. We'll look at this at the end of the year. Or I will. Okay, 20 for 20, that's fine. 75 for 75, that's fine. 100 for 100. For Maze, we just released. That's fine. I'm not going to touch those. Even though Maze, no, I'm not going to do anything with Maze. And this is going to go into research, into patent. Whoa, look what I did and look what happened. Delta Force does not meet demand. Didn't I just reduce theirs? And here they are, asking for more. Order copies, how many? 249. That's 125, right? That's 125. And I gotta go look at that again because that's still selling. Okay, that's total 13 of that. This is a good problem to have. It's time consuming, but you're making the money. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Oh, it's only 10. And I just dropped that by 5, didn't I? I think I did. I don't know. We're in August, 12 a.m. We will be releasing. Oh, this thing only has 101 bugs. We're going to be pushing this up to 10. 101 bugs I don't want to release with. And this has 125 bugs. So who's assigned to this? Oh, did I say release? I didn't say release. Okay, don't release. Good thing. I meant to say assign. Dev CEO. This is Clean Co. I'm going to put core on this also. Just for the day. Maze. Assign. Maze, I'm going to assign all the dev gaming team. Which is 2. And we push both those out to 10. We're going to go out the door at 3 o'clock. This is further down 125. I don't mind 125. I would like 200. I should have noticed that yesterday. And let's move into 2000. August 2000. Let's get these guys in here. See how much they could get done. Can they move that up to 2 each? Well, I think the dev games are moving along pretty quickly. These other guys are not doing as well. Keep an eye on my team. Even if I gotta release it late, release it 6 or 7, I don't care. As long as we release it today is what matters. And we don't go over today. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. 168. Let's release this. Yes. Yes, I want to see if I need prints. Okay, I don't need prints. So that's okay. So I'm going to take all those game teams that are assigned, dev games, assign them to here. 4, 5, 6, 7 for 3 hours. Let's see what we can get done in 3 hours. And they went home. Of course they went home. They're supposed to go home. So we're releasing it, and that's the first time I'm releasing clean code and antivirus into the world. So it's gonna go the way it is. I can't afford release it at 9 o'clock. 1:33. I should have kept a closer eye on that. Do I need to print? No, I do not need to print. Okay, so those are both out of here. Let's look at this. November 99. What? This hasn't been reiterated, reviewed, or anything since then? Core. Core is busy with other things. How many projects is Core on? 2. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to prioritize this to 10. I hate prioritizing development, but I'm going to prioritize that to 10. We got to get that out. We got to get this research out of here. We got to get that out. We got to get Winch Mobile. And I'm not going to assign it because if I assign it, it's going to go to Core. And Core is too busy right now. So this, we're going to wait till this goes all the way. And here goes the finish. Decisions, decisions, decisions. You got to be able to pivot. You have to be able to pivot. And Delta Force does not meet demand. Slow this down. Get this pen to the top. Use your mouse wheel, push it to the top. And this is the next one to go. Okay, that's 74. Nobody's come in. Let's go see how far we get with that. We just had 2 releases, so we're going to go look at them in a minute. Yes, moving along. Let's go look at the 2 releases. Maze, outstanding, yes. Clean code, antivirus, outstanding, yes. We got to keep an eye on these because especially I don't want to start seeing a lot of returns. In stock and storage. Publisher, no, not only publisher. So refunds is what I'm looking for. Maze said 1,116 refunds, which is not so bad. That's the way Space started. This one has 15, so that's the one that I was struggling with. That's the one that went out last, but it's only got 207 active users, so it had only sold 10,000. Whoa, Martians does not meet demand. What a problem to have. I'm just going to cover the whole thing since I did reduce the printing. Delta Force, I thought I'm going to be able to cover the whole thing here. No, it's only 319,000. Spend 320 to 3D pixel art order copies. 36,000. Order the 36,000. Let's go back to printing. And Delta Force, 161,000 in stock. See how that does. Let's go back 10. Let's go back 33. I'm thinking of leaving 10 and I'm saying 10. Let's go back 33. And if we want to look, we're at 329 and we're in October. Okay. Let me go review these, see and we'll quickly see where we're at with these 2. And I'll bring you guys right back. Okay, so 2 quick things. XQ Pro, we did a review, October 2000. It came out to 9 out of 10, 100%, which is fine. But I realized I've only done 1 iteration on this thing after I closed it down. So I came back, reviewed it again, but I didn't go all the way. Once it reviewed, it opened up, boom, I hit. So that's why this is like that. It didn't go the full way. It's basically only 70% accuracy. So the prior one was more accurate, but I was able to iterate it for the second time. So that's why I did that. It's worth spending the time, spending the money to get that outstanding. So it's 8290. This thing has to be, code has to go into 98%. Once it goes into 98%, I'll be good. The other thing is my 2 releases, Clean Code, we immediately created a sequel, put it into project management. So Clean Pro is in project management, and those 2 are in there. And then Maze, I did the same, but with Maze, I didn't finish it. Here it is. I wanted to go over a few things here real quick before this video gets too long. When we did this, it said this was grayed out. I couldn't select 3D because of the OSs. I eliminated the OSs, selected this, came back, and then selected new OSs that are 3D capable. I could have done the same thing for multiplayer, delete these and see what was, but it limited the OSs that you could go to. And especially with Clean Code, which was the same thing. It's a new product. You want to get it into as many OSs as you can. The same thing with this. You want to get it into many OSs as you can. And once you have enough OSs with network, then you could do that and select and just eliminate the other ones. But no, and always remember, always push your network all the way up. And here I push my network all the way up. But when we select the 3D pixel, it pushed it back down a little, but that's okay. So this auto balances to 100% extended interest, 16% waste because of the 3D, but that's fine. And then you want to assign this to project manager. So it's the RTS game, so you select RTS if you set it up that way. That's why I named those accordingly, so that I'll know. In reference to the teams, I looked at all the teams. Whatever teams did not have anything to do, dev games had nothing to do. So what we're going to do is, dev games 2 had nothing to do, and port has nothing to do. And what we had them doing was porting until we released NFL, which we're going to release in a minute. But when that happens, we're in December. Go to the ports. No one port. That's what your normal ports are. So you have these two you can port to. And you should never port to your own until that releases. This is going to be a waste. And then most active users command. Delta Force, you definitely want to port it. Look at that. 8 and 56. And this is 2000, so you should grab this too. If it's 2000 and it's good, grab it too. Thunder Cars, same thing. Okay, those are the same ones. And the other ones I'm not concerned about right now. And I checked support. I was checking support to make sure. And we had one more thing that happened. Scott Warner has died. Whenever somebody dies, click at them, look at them, see what teams. Make sure that team has HR. Scott Warner for marketing and marketing 2. Marketing 2 and marketing do not have they have HR, but they do not have 3 stars, so they're not able to hire. So we went out and we hired. I realized those teams were a little low in people, so I hired 2 people for each team, and then I checked support to make sure support had 3 stars, and they do, and they had enough support. Support had never go more than 15 for each team. 15 in the evening, 15 in the day, and I've never had issues. And I always keep an eye on support to make sure they're able to, their queues and they're fixing. So that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and assign anything. All these dev teams that have nothing to do, I will go ahead and assign them to porting and get them porting and doing something. Always keep them busy. They're busy. They do not complain. Stay safe. Keep those around you safe. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. And special thanks to all my subscribers. I do appreciate you. And thank you for your continued support. Latin out.